Goeiedag, good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And just to give you an idea of how chaotic the situation is becoming in parts of South Africa, we know the army are in Cape Town now because of the gangs. But take KwaZulu-Natal. Now, this is just what happened in the last 24 hours in KwaZulu-Natal. We'll start off with a couple of images which show roads being blocked, burning tires, the normal sort of process. Okay, let's start off with that, then we'll have a look at a bit more. Okay, land invasions. That's the big thing happening right now, courtesy of Julius Chameleon Malema and the economic freedom fighters. Land invaders have threatened to burn the homes of Benella residents in Cato Manor if the eThekwini Land Invasion Units, or LIU, demolish their shacks again. This bold threat came with a physical warning early on Friday when about 200 people, allegedly from the newly built Ekanini informal settlement, marched through Blickbonny, Buckingham and Cardiff roads, rolling and carrying tires which they set alight at various intersections. Several homes were stoned and damaged along Carlo Road, and I'll show you that video footage after this. The threats and intimidation against residents in the multicultural suburb came after some shacks were demolished by the LIU on Thursday. The settlement spreads on a green belt from Carlo Wiggins Road to the top of Blickbonny Road and behind the back walls of 38 homes in Cardiff Avenue and more than a dozen between a green belt on Buckingham and Carlo Roads. The settlement increased from 35 shacks to more than 400. Now, this is all happening in the Durban area. This is in KwaZulu-Natal. Police spokesperson Lieutenant Colonel Tolani Zwane said a group of people were protesting and complaining about the demolishing of shacks. They were damaging water pipes and a vehicle was set alight. Buckingham and Carlo roads were also blocked with burning tires and stones. They also stoned houses in the area. Police are monitoring the situation, Zwane said. Now, this has just happened in the last 24 hours in KwaZulu-Natal. And this is happening all over South Africa right now. And a lot of these guys, these thugs, operate at night, as you can see in the video footage I'm going to show you now. And a few days ago, I showed you video footage of what is happening south of Johannesburg with the illegal occupation of land. And you just go and have a look at the video. It's, as I say, it's in the archives. You can find it. It's only a few days old. And now there's a report, and I'll show you the video, where the locals, and we're talking about the black African locals, have had enough. And they're calling for these illegal squatters to be turfed out. It is becoming absolutely feral in South Africa. This is, as I said earlier, this is happening all over South Africa. The crime rate is rising. The unrest is rising. The road closures by rioters is rising. The looting is rising. The whole thing is just going pear-shaped in South Africa. Please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates, and have a great day.
We had a slight problem with the sound earlier on, but you were telling us that the people had already started massing on the streets of Lenasia.
Overnight. Absolutely. They started this morning at about 4 a.m. That is when they gathered, and we do understand that it is not just Lenasia South currently that is actually being closed. So what they're doing is actually just closing off the roads, and they're not allowing anybody through these particular areas. Lenasia South, Univille, it will include as well Innerdale. So quite a few residents and quite a few areas that are really going to be affected by this. I just want to step out of shot once again, and I just want you to just see that right behind these people here, you'll clearly be able to see the illegal occupation that is here, that is currently taking place. When I was here earlier in the week, JMPD did decide that they are going to be demolishing some of these illegal structures, but they obviously could not get much done. But the residents here really just calling for an end of land invasion, as we do understand that some of the illegal structures here are actually sold on social media for as little as 2.5. So 2,500 rand could get one an illegal structure to live there with family. So quite a situation here where residents are just saying that they are now tired of what is currently happening, and they are calling on government to take action.
Tsecho, do you know why there's such a huge prevalence of land grabs in that particular area? And do we also know where most of these people are coming from when they come into Lenasia?
Well, we're not quite sure where they actually do come from. We do understand that there is quite a lot that is happening, including with the land grabs. There is a lot of land here in this particular area where I'm standing now, and that is why then people come through and they just build the illegal structures here. When I did speak to some of the residents, some of the people that are actually living in these illegal structures, they just mentioned that they've got nowhere else to go, and when they were told that they were actually able to get some land, then they decided that they'll find land and they would then erect their structures there. So that is what's currently happening. But of course, the residents of these areas just say that they are tired of this because of the property situation and how it diminishes the property value, and they aren't even able to sell their properties here. So that is really just what residents are calling for. It is expected to be a peaceful kind of lockdown here in this area, and we're not expecting any form of violence.
Okay, Tsecho, are we expecting any officials to come through from the Johannesburg City Council or from anybody from higher authority in the Gauteng government to come through and address these residents?
Well, we do understand that they have called on the mayor of Johannesburg, Herman Mashaba, to come here and address them. They've also called in the MEC of Human Settlements to also come and speak to them about what the plan will be going forward and what they will be doing about this illegal land invasion. But that is as far as we understand it, that they have invited them, but they have not gotten a response. According to the Lenasia South Residents Association, they have not gotten a response from government about whether they will be here and what the way forward will then be.
All right, thank you so much, Tsecho. There she's on the streets of Lenasia South, where the residents have taken to the streets. They're calling for an end to land grabs in their area.